Hey, I'm Haden.
And I'm Katie, and this is Mayday Farm.
We started farming here 3 years ago. We raised pasture poultry and we milk cows for Stonyfield.
We started off renting land because we're first generation farmers. We didn't have access to land right off. This farm came on the market, and this had been an old dairy farm, but when the previous owners retired, they kind of ripped everything out that was dairy infrastructure. So that was probably, in terms of challenges, that was the hardest part, was putting the farm back together. So we had to reinstall milking system, reinstall stalls, rebuild a milk room, all of the infrastructure to get ready for cows.
We purposely picked this part of the area because of the community, but I think we are pretty surprised at how much of a good decision that was in terms of the support that we've gotten from pretty much everyone, whether it be from people at Stonyfield or neighbors or other farmers or friends or all of it. I mean, that's kind of the reason we do this. I think that's been surprising in the sense of we didn't expect it maybe to be such a supportive and important thing. My grandfather had a small farm, and so it was always in the periphery of growing up. There was always cows, and my cousins and I would throw cow poop at each other. And Kate and I think both really love animals and love nature. And what's really fun is to make a livelihood out of that, and to turn it into a business is a whole other challenge.
Hayden was saying that was kind of a surprise to us. That was one of the drivers for me, was connecting with my food system and with other farmers in the community, and kind of understanding the whole process of how we raise food and how it impacts the economy around us.
I worked at Wolfsneck. Katie worked at a small farm called Winter Hill. And I was at Wolfsneck for 3 years, completed the DGA program. And that's where I kind of got connections with Jason and other people at Stonyfield. My experience at Wolfsneck was really awesome. There's just a big community there. It's a nonprofit farm, so they're structured a little bit differently than a private farm. So you have a lot more access to just a wealth of knowledge because there's more people that work there. They're more exposed to the public, and so that created a really awesome learning opportunity for us to learn as much as we can about dairy farming.
I think for us, it's a value system that we believe in, and it kind of ties us to a community within Stonyfield and with Stonyfield producers that share our value system. So it's that's great in terms of networking. And then, for us, we want to take care of our land and our animals. The chickens and the cows work really well together. In an organic system, we kind of have a rotational pattern that incorporates both the chickens and the cows to utilize their manure as best as possible.
Leonard was the first heifer calf that we had on the farm, or the very first calf.
Yeah.
Her mom is Lynx. And Lynx and I don't have a good relationship. I mean, we do, but sometimes she kicks me. But Leonard is the exact opposite. She's almost too nice. She'll just get right up on you and wants to be pet. And if you don't pet her, she gets really annoyed by it. She'll be the first one to make that we bred and raised to start making milk. So it'll be cool to see the fruits of our decisions and labor come to fruition.
Well, I think the Have a Cow program is really cool because it's a great way for people to learn a little bit more about the producers that are providing the milk that makes their yogurt. To me, having a fun way to interact with, Leonard and the other animals that are part of the program is a great way for kids and even adults to really understand a little bit more where their food is coming from and what goes into that process.
And so I feel our jobs as farmers is to hopefully provide the most healthiest product for the consumer and keep it healthy for the land and also the animals.